In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
Well, there it is, everybody. Donald Trump announced his candidacy for President of the United States again last night. We knew this was coming, but it finally happened. And probably my favorite moment of the night was when he said this.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and my fellow citizens, America's comeback starts right now.
America's comeback starts right now. And yes, that is absolutely true. 2 years since Joe Biden's been president, this country has become a disaster. We see the borders wide open. We have war going in Ukraine. We have sky-high energy prices. Gas is higher. We're not energy dominant anymore. Inflation is at a 40-year high. Crime is ravaging our major cities. And things have just gone downhill. And I think it was very important that Trump get out and stake his claim. And he did a great job last night of comparing and contrasting what he did in his first 4 years in office into what Biden has done in his first 2 years in office. I want to play a couple of clips for you here. Actually, from Fox, from Pete Hegseth. Actually, I want to play one.
He had to fight to get just on the debate stage on the Republican side to be the nominee. It was always a fight. And then from there, he was lied about. So he's had to be a fighter. He is the preeminent fighter for freedom, for America first of our generation. Absolutely no doubt about it. Then once he got there, to your point, Sean, he delivered on every prerogative any conservative, Republican, or America first supporter would have wanted. He said he would do it, and then he did it from the Supreme Court to the ISIS caliphate to energy dominance to taxes across the board. He was committed to it. He took the slings and arrows. They're even coming out tonight from media outlets. Right now, the headlines are pre-written about who Donald Trump is. He's taken those arrows on behalf of everyone else and delivered. If he reminds voters of that, stays disciplined on those tops, it makes it about us, about we the people, about they're coming after you. I'm just standing in the way. Those lines that he's made iconic. People will be reminded, despite the noise, of how good their life was because of the policies of Donald Trump and pull the lever for him. It's not going to be easy to beat this guy. I agree with Governor Huckabee. He's at the top of his game, having had the results, making the case, and you can be riding a wave or have other arguments. The original is a flavor in and of itself. You're seeing that tonight from Donald Trump.
I think he made a great point there. Trump laid out what he did. The economy, the energy dominance, the destruction of the ISIS caliphate. He did those things, and Trump has a record to run on. You know, there are a lot of people riding a wave and making other arguments, and I get that. People are hyped up over DeSantis because his 19-point win in Florida, which is fantastic. But people have to remember that DeSantis has a Republican legislature working with him on a state level. And Trump had arrows, like he said, arrows being thrown at him, and he still went to work. He still went and got the border secure without congressional help. The Congress didn't want to help him secure the border. I think they gave him a little over $1 billion out of a $5 billion trillion budget or something. They gave him some small number for the wall, very small number for the wall. But he got things done. He got things done with the wind going against him. A Congress that was out to destroy him. The media was out to destroy this guy. And he got up every day and went to work for the American people. He went over to North Korea and sat down with our enemies, took out the ISIS caliphate, stood up to China. Peace in the Middle East with the Abraham Accords. These are things that you can run on and say, I did this. The tax cuts, deregulation, the booming economy, the Remain in Mexico policy. These are all things, being one of the most pro-life, probably the most pro-life president we've ever seen. These are things that he can run on. Religious freedom. This is why I think Trump needs to be back in the White House. DeSantis is a great governor. He's doing a great job. But there's a reason why people are propping him up. There's a reason why the establishment and rhinos are propping him up. They're using Ron DeSantis as a vehicle to get rid of Trump. I'm going to post a link from Sebastian Gorka below. It's about 15 minutes long, but I think people should listen to it and see what's really going on with this whole DeSantis thing, with the media backing him. It's a little suspicious to me. And I think it would be great if Ron DeSantis could work on Trump's cabinet. If not, stay down there in Florida for 4 more years. Keep making that state blood red. You have in 2026, when your term is up, you have a pile of cash you're sitting on, and the lane is basically wide open for Ron DeSantis to get into, because he won't have to worry about going to an all-out slugfest, throwing mud and jabs with Donald Trump. That's going to be a heavyweight championship fight that a lot of people don't want to see, because they feel like it'll split the party. I think right now, Trump is the guy to get things done because he has the proven track record. I don't care about all this, oh, he's more poised, he's younger, we need somebody who's not as mean. I don't care. Look. We have bigger problems than somebody being mean and mean tweets. We have 40-year high inflation. We have millions of illegals coming across the border. And who's the one guy that can say, I got this done, I fixed these problems? And that is President Donald Trump. And I think if anybody wants to get in line behind him after that, that's fine. But, and they say, well, he can't get votes. He can't get elected. He's not electable. He won in 2016. I mean, he actually won. In 2020 was different because, like, there are a lot of things that went wrong in 2020. And I'm not going to get into that on this video. But there were a lot of things that went wrong in 2020. Very questionable things. Nonetheless, he's still got 74 million votes, the most for any sitting president in history. He won Iowa. He won Florida. He won Ohio by big margins. He won all those states. He won the state of Texas, which is not a swing state, by the way, but he won. You had the suppression of the Hunter Biden story. You had Mark Zuckerberg with his $420 million injected into the elections, privatizing elections, which made it extremely complicated for Trump to win. Those two things right there, in my opinion, was enough to tip the scale in Joe Biden's favor. But I think that people need to get behind Donald Trump and look at his record. Now this is not a personality contest. He's talking about what he did in office and what he's going to do in his second term, which is term limits. We don't need somebody in D.C. for 50 years. We don't need somebody making millions of dollars being in Congress. Another thing he was talking about doing was making sure people that leave Congress don't become lobbyists. This is how you drain the swamp. This guy has a plan to drain the swamp and to get us back on the right track. I think it was a great speech. He was very calm, and people gave him criticism for that. Oh, he's low energy. He doesn't have the spark he did in 2016. He's lost it. If he comes out screaming and yelling, they're gonna say, "Oh, this is the same guy that that yelled and told everybody to march and insurrect and have a march into the Capitol." It's really a lose-lose situation for Trump. But I thought it was a great speech. It's very calm, very poised, like a lot of people want him to be. Very, quotations, presidential. But he's already been president, so I don't know what I mean. A lot of people that want him to be calm, this is the speech that they were looking for. I think he did an excellent job in laying down his vision for America and showing he can actually say, look what happened under Joe Biden in 2 years, and America cannot afford another 4 years of Joe Biden if he's reelected. And he said, I'm going to make sure it does not happen. And it's up to us to stop Joe Biden and to stop this radical agenda that is destroying our country. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end the video right there. I just want to talk about last night's announcement and why I think Trump is the guy. And why I think if we're going to take America back, we need to do it in a strategic way. There's a lot we need to improve on. Our get out the vote efforts have to be better than theirs. We have to start putting money behind these candidates if we want to win. They've outspent us. They've been outspending us. We can't let that happen. But all right, guys, thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Take care.